We are taking you into the news right now with Fox 45 News feed. It's 11 a.m. A young man and father pushed to his death at a downtown subway station. The message his mother has for the killer. And marking his first 100 days in office, we'll take you inside our Your Voice, Your Future town hall with City State's Attorney Ivan Bates. And former Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby heading into court today. We'll go inside the pretrial hearing in her federal trial. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks so much for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Shannon Lilly. We begin with breaking news about Wednesday's deadly attack at the Shot Tower Metro Station. City Police just putting out this photo right here. Take a good look. They are asking for your help identifying the person you see right here. Police are not saying how he might be tied to this case. They're just asking for help identifying him. As police investigate the case, we're hearing from the mother of the man who was pushed onto the tracks and killed. Police say 28-year-old Christopher Foster was standing near the edge of the platform when someone came up from behind and pushed him onto the tracks where he was electrocuted.
I was so angry that someone played God with my son's life. I want to see that person be caught and be accountable for his actions.
Just terrible. Police say they have not determined whether this was a random or targeted attack. Again, city police are asking for your help identifying the person you see right here. If you know who he is, you are asked to call police or Crime Stoppers. Breaking overnight, a 25-year-old is dead after an overnight shooting in East Baltimore. It happened just minutes after midnight on East Oliver Street near Patterson Park Avenue. The shooting marks the 78th homicide of the year, and that's down 17 from this time last year. Non-fatal shootings are also down from this time last year. Fox 45 News marks City State's Attorney Ivan Bates' first 100 days in office with a Your Voice, Your Future town hall. And we are taking a deep dive into the topics of conversation from last night. We're starting with a big announcement from Bates that ensures there's early intervention for crime. This is known as the citation docket. It's going to be focusing on trespassing and loitering offenses, but also opportunities to get community and wraparound services for mental health concerns and drug treatment. It will even offer job training opportunities. Bates says these services will be offered to people as a way to divert them from the criminal justice system. But if people don't want it, there will likely be more consequences.
This is about how can we hold people accountable? How can we deal with quality of life crimes? We're not trying to have mass incarceration. We're not trying to give people records. But let's also be clear. These individuals who we give the services to, once, maybe twice, if you decide you just don't want the services, you just can't go back and do what you want to do. Because eventually we're going to have to prosecute you.
There are reasons why people are committing some of these crimes, and that's addiction and mental health. And one of the ways to get them treatment is if they're engaged constitutionally by a law enforcement officer and brought in front of the court. And some things like mental health court, that's exactly how you have to access that.
Now, Bates says the goal is to have this program in district court operational in a few months. If you would like to watch the town hall in full, you can watch it this weekend. It'll air on the CW tomorrow at 5 p.m. and right here on Fox 45 at 3:30 on Sunday afternoon. Plus, you can also watch it anytime on our website. That's foxbaltimore.com. Happening today, pre-trial motions are scheduled in the case against former Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby. She's accused of perjury and false mortgage application statement charges. Olivia Dance brings us a closer look at today's hearing. Olivia.
Marilyn Mosby is expected to be back in court at 2 this afternoon for pre-trial motions in the first pre-trial status conference, although the trial isn't set to actually start until November 2nd. But from the beginning, Mosby has maintained her innocence.
I am innocent of the charges that have been levied against me, and I intend to fight. What I'm asking for is that I be tried right now because I know that I'm innocent.
But those demands for a speedy trial were delayed several times, once over her own defense team's failure to submit expert witness information in a timely manner. Then her defense attorney at the time was given a gag order after cursing outside the courthouse steps. Ultimately, Mosby's entire defense team quit, and she's now being represented by a public defender. Recently, the federal prosecutor in Mosby's case was demoted and temporarily removed. If you remember, Mosby is facing 4 federal charges, accused of lying on mortgage applications and improperly withdrawing money from her retirement account by falsely claiming COVID-related hardship. Again, after several days, her trial is set to begin in November. And of course, you can get the latest updates on her expected court appearance today on our website at foxbaltimore.com. But for now, reporting in Baltimore, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News.
All right, Olivia, thanks. Well, here's our look at today's top trending stories. Trending number 1. Online court records show Delegate Kaylin Young, representing the 45th District, covering Baltimore City, has been charged with second-degree assault. According to Maryland Case Search, the incident happened November 3rd, just days before the Democrat was newly elected. We reached out to the delegate for comment. We have not heard back. Trending number 2, Baltimore police are sharing new video from a March police pursuit that ended in a deadly crash. Officers say they went after the car because of a connection to an armed robbery in Westminster. They say the driver, 58-year-old Daniel Moss, refused to stop and eventually crashed. 74-year-old Linda Moss, who was also in the car, was killed. The Maryland Attorney General's office is investigating. Trending number 3, there are new photos from the construction zone crash that killed 6 people last month. The NTSB released these photos right here of the 2 cars involved. Investigators say the driver of the Acura lost control while changing lanes and clipped another car. She then plowed through an opening and hit 6 road workers, killing them. Detectives say both drivers were speeding. Right now, charges have not been filed. Trending number 4, we are getting a better look at a plane crash that happened at the Fallston Airport. Police say the crash happened around 3:15 yesterday. The pilot was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Now, the cause of this crash is under investigation. Trending number 5, a shooting in Glen Burnie leaves 1 person dead. Police say the afternoon shooting was not a random attack. They believe the shooter was a man wearing all black with red underwear visible through his pants. If you have any information, you are asked to call police. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, and weather anytime. You can just search WBFF in your app store. Well, still ahead, are family dinners important? Coming up, how the answer varies based on what generation you grew up in and how parents view the dinners as having different goals. And a deal to sell the Washington Commanders is moving forward. We'll look at what it could mean for the team's future in Maryland and see what fans are saying about it. And new developments about that leak of classified military documents. What we're learning about the 21-year-old National Guard member accused in this case.
We're going to have a warm afternoon ahead. Temperatures still above average for this time of year, but we are tracking some rain for the weekend still on the Crabcast. Carlos the Crab going for a 5. A happy crab today on your Friday with numbers well above average. Now, we'll see those clouds roll in, top out about 84. Overnight lows drop into the 60s. Then we're back to the mid to upper 70s tomorrow, and we're tracking those rain showers and thunderstorms, too. We'll put that in motion for you in our future scan in just a few minutes.
Fox 45 News, winner of 17 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
Looking ahead, preparations for Monday's 127th Boston Marathon are already underway. Crews laid down the iconic finish line across Boylston Street on Thursday. There's also a whole network of structures and technology needed to host the finish line for the marathon's 30,000 runners. Also on Monday, Mayor Scott will deliver his State of the City address. He's expected to discuss his administration's accomplishments and goals for 2023. Fox 45 News will be there and will bring you all of the key takeaways both on air and online at foxbaltimore.com. 11:11 now, and we are taking a look at your social stream. The man suspected of leaking several highly classified U.S. military documents online has been taken into custody and is due in court today. Investigators believe 21-year-old Jack Tejera, a Massachusetts Air National Guard member, led an online chat group where the documents were posted. He was working as an IT specialist responsible for military communications networks, giving him access to the secrets. Those documents included classified information on the war in Ukraine and other top national security issues. So, of course, users online asking the question we all want to know: how did a 21-year-old Air Force National Guardsman have access to this information? And then here's another comment. Very sad. This kid will forever be a traitor. I hope he understands just how serious a crime he has committed. Feel bad for his family as a parent, but alas, you seek state secrets and you go to jail. You will be labeled a traitor for life. Florida is poised to pass one of the strictest abortion bans in the country, a bill banning abortion at just 6 weeks. It's heading to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' desk, where he is expected to sign it. 6 weeks is just 2 weeks after a missed period and is before many even know that they're pregnant. During the 7-hour floor debate, Democrats fiercely opposed the bill, arguing it infringes on the right to choose. The Republican majority argued the measure protects a right to live. So many different thoughts online. This user says, y'all got what you voted for. Here's this one. There's nothing like going backward in time instead of forward. Sickening and shameful. The Washington Commanders are on the verge of being sold for a record $6 billion. There is an agreement in principle with Maryland native Josh Harris's group, but it is reportedly non-exclusive, and that means another bid could be considered. If approved, new ownership will have to decide the fate of the team's future in Maryland. The NFL and new owners will want a new stadium. Prince George's County, D.C., and Northern Virginia are all in the running. So this user says, I'm not going to believe anything until there's a contract written in blood. You kind of can't blame them, though. And this Alexi here doesn't like the name Commanders, it looks like. She says, I hope the first thing they do is change the team name. Well, coming up, Firefest Take 2, how the man behind the first failed festival is hoping for a second chance. And is the U.S. facing a growing shortage of healthcare workers? The number of nurses who've left the job citing burnout. It's 11:14. You're watching Fox 45 News, Midday. Welcome back. We are taking a live look over Towson, and it is going to be another warm, beautiful day. We're climbing into the 80s again, but rain is on the way, and meteorologist Justin Chambers is tracking the next weather maker. That's coming up in just about 5 minutes. Making headlines, the U.S. could be facing a growing shortage of healthcare workers. A new survey finds about 100,000 registered nurses have left the field due to stress and burnout brought on by the COVID pandemic. And more are looking to leave. More than a quarter of those surveyed plan to leave or retire in the next 5 years. After 2 years of decline in 2021, the suicide rate in the U.S. rose to a near record high. The CDC report shows the rate to more than 14 deaths per 100,000 people in 2021. That was up 4%. It was also the 11th leading cause of death nationwide in 2021. CDC data showed that the suicide death rate was 4 times higher among men than women in 2021. If you or someone you know is struggling with suicidal thoughts, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline offers services to talk with counselors, and you can reach them by dialing 988 or chat online at 988lifeline.org. Baltimore City is launching a 90-day campaign to clean up the city. The campaign is called the Build Better, Be More Spring City Services Blitz. And over the next 90 days, city crews are expected to repair 9,000 potholes. They're expected to remove 900 graffitis and crack down on illegal dumping.
I have seen firsthand how addressing small issues can have the largest impact. Cleaning up that yard for one time for a neighbor to help maintain that vacant property can change that homeowner and that resident's life.
We also want our residents to get involved. We want you all to join us as we build a better Baltimore by submitting your service request through 311. And we want you to tag us at Build Better, Be More, and we will meet the goals that we set forth. We'll report back out monthly on the progress that we are making, and at the end of the 90 days, we'll implement a set of recommendations that will improve these set of 4 city services, and we'll identify the next city services so we can keep doing it.
All right, well, the city will also repave 9 miles of city roads. Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates unveils a new plan to address low-level crimes. At 4, the plan that he says will address public safety. Meanwhile, former City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby is due in court today on her federal trial. At 5, the latest developments from court. And a new study finds lingering COVID symptoms in young people may not be from the infection. At 6, why researchers are pointing to a lack of exercise and loneliness. Trending now, it was a famous flop, the 2017 Fire Festival. It promised a weekend in paradise with celebrities and big-name music acts, but it turned out to be a colossal failure. Attendees were sleeping in tents, there was no plumbing, and the 5-star food was nowhere to be seen. But now it appears the Fire Festival is poised for a comeback. That's right, the event's organizer, Billy McFarland, who went to jail for defrauding investors over the first Fire Festival, tweeted, quote, "Fire Festival 2 is finally happening. Tell me why you should be invited." Well, Lady T with Be More Lifestyle is here now, and oh my gosh, I think the real question is, tell me why you want to be invited, right?
Yes, I want to be invited for the tea, because that's all we're going to get here at this point.
Exactly.
A lesson was not learned. Who goes to jail and the first thing you come out and say, you know, let's throw a festival.
Let's
you know
go
what I mean?
round 2. Yeah.
It was a lot of negativity that was like kind of with it. So I'm kind of, I don't know. Is Ja Rule going to still be a part of it? Is there going to be more?
Right? So many questions. First of all, how is he able to do this again?
Yeah.
After getting out of jail.
Who was in his circle that did not talk to him and tell him, you know what? No.
I don't
this.
I think he's listening to anyone in his circle. Or maybe he has a bunch of yes men, you know?
Yeah. So I want to stay away from the Fire Festival. I just want him to, just that idea needs to simmer down.
Right?
He's fired. We're good.
Fired from the Fire Festival.
Fired from the Fire
Well, and I think
Festival.
at a certain point, though, for the people who go,
right.
I mean, it's
what's
one
weird?
of the,
I think people would still actually attend, Shannon. I feel like you're
probably even more now.
Yeah. If the tickets are the right price, I think they would still go.
Because it's gotten so much publicity. But it's like, fool me once. Fool me twice. I mean, you can't do this. You can't do this again.
This is so embarrassing. Yeah,
it's embarrassing.
Stay tuned. I'll have more tea on this.
All right. We'll talk soon. Thanks, Lady T.
Bye.
Well, folks in Florida are waking up to record flooding. Meteorologist Justin Chambers brings us a closer look at that damage. Justin.
Definitely seeing more of those thunderstorms in Fort Lauderdale. They got record rainfall, some 30 inches over the past couple of days. This is one of the shots here, some of the lightning that was actually moving through as the rain was moving out. Finally got the airport reopened in Fort Lauderdale. So, yeah, definitely a tough situation for folks there in Florida who gets, they get a lot of rain, but not that much rain in that short amount of time. And that's what caused that flooding emergency. No rain for us yet. We're definitely tracking rain as we head into the weekend. Hour by hour forecast, low to mid 80s here over the next couple of hours. Typically mid 60s is where we are this time of year. And we're going to top out right about 84 for our high this afternoon. You are going to see increasing cloud cover, maybe a stray shower late Friday into Saturday, but that sun will be up until 7:43. All in all, not a bad afternoon. Again, those numbers across central Maryland in the low to mid 80s, even some mid to upper 70s down closer to the water and across the Bay Bridge there in Annapolis and Stevensville. Up and down the 95 corridor, keeping those 80s going. New York and Philly down through Baltimore and D.C., even 81 in Boston today. So again, most of the East Coast enjoying the well above average numbers. Now, as we take you into our future scan, this shows you Friday afternoon into that 2 and 3 o'clock hour, a little bit more cloud cover. And those showers are going to be just kind of spotty in the overnight hours through early Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, another round of showers is going to be rolling through. That's going to be a better chance of seeing some more moderate to heavy rain at times for some of us. Not all of us will see those rain showers, and even those thunderstorms are going to be very spotty at best. Sunday is going to be dry overall and warmer too, so we'll actually see a pretty nice Sunday afternoon. Sunday night into Monday, that next weather maker coming in, and that's going to bring those rain showers through the overnight hours and also drop our temperatures next week behind the cold front. So here's that 10-day forecast for you. 84 today, upper 70s into Saturday and Sunday, right about 70 on Monday. And notice on Tuesday of next week, we drop back to the mid 60s. That'll be the coolest day before those numbers start going back up.
All right, Justin, thanks. Still ahead, Apple is taking a closer look at its environmental impact, the changes that the company is now making. And even more changes at Twitter. The new name the company is now unveiling. It's 11:23. You're watching Fox 45 News Midday. Don't miss this. Twitter has a new company name. Twitter Inc. is merging into X Corp. The change means Twitter will be incorporated in Nevada instead of Delaware. It's mostly just a legal move. The social media platform on phones and computers will still be called Twitter. Elon Musk says Twitter is roughly breaking even now, and he expects it to be cash flow positive next quarter. Musk says almost all advertisers have been buying ads on the platform after some did pull out during his takeover. And Apple is speeding up efforts to use more recycled materials. The tech giant plans to use recycled cobalt in all of its batteries by 2025. Cobalt is a key material used in batteries that power a vast number of consumer electronic devices. Well, that's all the time we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next, and Lady T is back to tell us what they're working on. Hey, Lady T.
Hey, Shannon girl. All right, a dad-to-be is in the hot seat after telling his wife they cannot name their child after her late brother. She says she's heartbroken, but a lot of people online are siding with him. Coming up, the name of the wife and the name she wants to use, creating such a debate. Stay tuned.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
Hey, what's up, Baltimore? I'm Lady T, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio B at Fox Baltimore. All right, Zandra from Organizing Made Easy is here with us, along with Ron, the style guy. Ron Jeffries. Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Happy Friday, y'all. All right, let me tell you right now. Trending now, the traditional family dinner is changing. A new poll finds 56% of parents think that family dinners are important. But when you look at things by age group, the reason parents think it's important is a little bit different. different. A majority of millennials hope the dinners teach their kids the importance of spending time together, while a majority of Gen Z says they want their kids to learn to love food. Wow, okay, I like that. It's a good combination. Honestly, the dinner table is where the best tea is, okay? That's where you get the family drama tea. That's where you get all the goods. So, of course, you want to have a family dinner for that reason. All right, why is family dinner important to you, Zan?
Because that's when we get to catch up on our day.
Yes.
Find out what's going on in everyone's life, and that's it.
See, it's a catch-up moment.
It's a catch-up moment.
I like how you put that. I call it tea, but yeah, you catching up for real. Ron, why are family dinners so important?
So, but let me tell you this. I was actually having a conversation with one of my friends recently, and how our generation do not sit at dinner tables.
That is so
and
true.
We don't like that. And it's like, we rather be sitting in front of a TV. We want to watch, we want to be on our social media. So it's kind of like a hearing art. Like,
I don't
it's
know
not
why that is, though.
thing.
Why do we prefer to stand and eat as opposed to sitting and eat? Why is that? That is so weird to me, though. Okay.
Because it's a lack of intimacy, I think. You know, a lot of people...
And we have to stop going to brunch with people we don't even like. Okay, let's talk about that too. But that's a whole
I mean, but you got to think.
See, Ron, you always get me started. Okay, up next, you guys. Let me tell you, trending now, a man is asking if he's in the wrong for telling his wife that they can't name their son after her late brother. The man says his wife is pregnant and wants to name the baby after her brother Charles. But the man says he won't stand for it because his last name is Manson. So the child would be named Charles Manson. He's, of course, the famous cult leader and serial killer. This is insane. I can't, you know what? Maybe because she's still pregnant, she's still got the hormones going. She's not thinking straight, but as soon as that baby pops out, listen, her whole mind better change, because you don't set that child up for failure.
I mean, that's complete failure.
That's complete failure. Okay, I'm gonna throw it at Zandra because you're a mommy. You know, I have. What are your thoughts on this?
I say, under any other circumstance, I'd say you can't tell me what to name my child, but Charles Manson, I totally understand that. I get that. So.
Why do we do that as women? I'm like, don't tell me what to do.
Exactly.
Okay, you might be right in this situation.
Yeah, this time.
Okay, Ron, what are your thoughts on this? Is this okay of a name? What are your thoughts?
It is completely horrible. You're setting this child up for failure, especially when you go to school, history. It's like, I think you live up to your name. Do you want to?
Yeah, it's a little scary.
Serial killer?
It's just, you are already setting that child up. Hopefully they change their mind. All right, well, we told it. Now we want you to tell it. Should the husband let his wife name their son Charles Manson? Vote down on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on that lifestyle tab, y'all. You can also vote on the Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we're going to see what everybody thinks. All right. Oh, a bartender is offering up tips for getting great service, and it's as simple as that. A tip. In a New York TikTok, the bartender says workers pay attention to who tips and who doesn't, and they tell other workers about it. So if you come in and you don't tip, don't be shocked that the next time you're in, you get bad service. So how much should you tip? He says 10% will get you drinks, but if you tip 20%, you'll get noticed and get great service. This is good to know because, I try to be as very close to my bartenders as possible, okay? Bartender besties out here, okay? Now, Ron, when I tip, okay, I don't tip as generously for like just getting one drink. If I get multiple drinks, then yeah, okay, fine. But what are your thoughts on this?
I think it's actually true. I've actually been at bars where they'll say, or they'll ignore you if you don't tip. So it's not even just the next time, it's that time.
Yeah.
If you get your first drink and you don't tip for that first drink, your second drink isn't coming.
Oh, you see that? That's so true. I feel like if I don't have my makeup on, if I don't look a certain way, then the bartenders don't even look my way, honestly. At some point, I'll be like, oh, come on, I need a drink. Come on, give me something. And they don't look at my way. Xandra, do you have this issue?
Show me the money.
Yeah, they want you to show the money. See? Oh, my gosh. Okay, Zan, what do you think?
I say I'm big on tipping. But my boys, when they worked through college, they were servers. So they have informed me of the importance of a tip.
Okay,
and how much faster you can get all of your service. So,
okay, and that helped them pay to live with you still. So that's what it is, right? Exactly. They were like, let me go ahead and pay rent to live in mom's house. So,
yeah, okay.
I feel you. It's like, I don't know about that. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. You all look lovely in your spring colors.
Thank you.
All right.
Spring
Till
is
next
here.
time. Yeah. All right, still ahead as the weather warms up, it's the perfect time to get outdoors. Coming up, how to enjoy the great outdoors and American trails. Plus, a new way to make your favorite fried foods a little bit more healthy. We'll show you how, coming up in your Steals and Deals.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
All right, if hitting the drive-thru for fast food is busting your budget, there's a solution. Genevieve Gorder is here with a handy piece of kitchenware to help you make your favorite fried foods anytime you like.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
Everybody, I've got something to show you today that you're all very familiar with, but there's an extra twist. Now, we all love a good air fryer. It's quick. We avoid the oil, the calories, seriously, like 70% less calories. But as a designer, and I'm sure a lot of you share this with me, I think they're bulky, they're not so cute, and they take up way too much space on the counter. Okay, my rant is over. Needless to say, when the air roll showed up in the mail, I was doing a little dance. Let me tell you about this solution-based product that is going to solve all your bulky air fryer issues. It's called the Air Whirl Crisper, and it can turn any pan into an air fryer. So you just place this lid on any pan that you already have, and your food will be air fried in a fraction of the time. I used it the same day it arrived. Put the lid on, press the button, done. And then you're winning because you can put it all away in the drawer. The Air Whirl is so easy to use, battery operated. You can store it without any of those tangled wires. And the thermometer is right here in the front of the lid. So you always know what temperature you are cooking at, just like you would on any traditional air fryer. Right now on ASA Deals, we are offering an exclusive 33% off the Air Whirl Crisper. You guys take advantage of this deal because they're not going to last long. Go to asadeals.com.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Rails to Trails Conservancy.
Now that spring is here, many of us cannot wait to enjoy the outdoors. Here to talk about how to make the most of America's trails is Vice President of Communications at Rails to Trails Conservancy, Brandy Horton. Thanks for joining us, Brandy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. So tell us, what are some of the ideas for getting outside on the trail this spring season?
Well, I have great news for everyone in Baltimore, and that is that on Celebrate Trails Day, which is April 22nd, there are so many family-friendly activities that are happening all along the developing 35-mile Baltimore Greenway Trails network, and a great opportunity for people to kind of dust off your sneakers, or if you're not quite sure what the trails are about, get out there and see what they're about and really kind of connect with neighbors around the trail development that's happening across the city.
Sounds great. Now, what are some of the latest data on the trail use?
2/3 of Americans say even though trail use is up, they want to use trails more than they do now. But things that kind of get in the way of that are not really knowing where the trails are or where there are spaces to walk and bike safely, kind of away from vehicle traffic. One of the things that makes Celebrate Trails Day such an important opportunity is it's a chance for neighbors and friends and family to kind of come together on the trails, use the trails in the ways that make you happy, right? And really kind of get a sense of, your role on trails and how these trails fit into your daily lives.
It's always a great time getting out and enjoying the trails. How does getting outside on the trails make a difference for the people, us, and the planet?
Absolutely. Trails make such an impact in so many aspects of our lives, so many aspects of our day-to-day. When it comes to our physical activity and our physical health, trails create space for us to be active. They provide access to places where we can safely do that. They also, because they're kind of built into the community in different ways, make it easier to build that into our everyday lives. They're free spaces. They're spaces where you can go, kind of take in nature. It's enjoyable, really kind of lifts your spirits and lifts your body.
This year's Celebrate Trails Day aligns with Earth Day. How can we take part in celebrating it?
Head on over. Well, if you're, in Baltimore, there's a lot of events you can access, but you can head to railstotrails.org, which is kind of the one-stop shop for all of the information about Celebrate Trails Day. You can find those information on those Baltimore events. You can also just get resources and ideas and tips for being active outside, really kind of find some motivation if you want to kind of do some self-guided stuff that day. You can also access the Trail Link app, which is a free downloadable app on your phone. You can access it on the web. Tag us at Rails to Trails and hashtag Celebrate Trails. And we just can't wait to see what everyone's doing.
Hey, thanks for this great information, and I'll sing it to you. Happy trails to you. Thanks, Randy.
I love it. Thank you.
Take care.
All right, still ahead, tackle the clutter that's making your home look messy. Coming up, we'll chat with an organizational specialist about how to get organized. And you watch him every night right here on Fox 45 News. Coming up, we'll go one-on-one for a behind-the-scenes look at news with anchor Kai Jackson.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
All right, everybody, it's time to ring in the spring with some cleaning. All right, so Zandra Nichols of Organizing Made Easy is here to tell us how to declutter and get organized this season. Welcome to the show, Zandra.
Thank you so much.
All right, so why is spring cleaning so important?
It is because you're taking control of your environment, of your home. It reduces anxiety, and it improves your mood.
Really? Does it improve? Now, I hate cleaning, Sandra.
Okay, but this is not cleaning. This is organizing.
Oh,
so
okay.
we're going to give everything a home to make it easy to find and to put back, and it's just an easy. It's going to be a smooth transition of everything from the fall to now spring and summer.
Okay, now you make it sound too easy.
It
is. So what can we keep and what can we throw away?
Okay, so you're as you're bringing out your as you're packing up your winter and fall, you're going to get rid of anything that didn't serve you during that season. So if you couldn't fit it, if you didn't wear it, donate it, and we're going to get that space cleared.
Okay, so you're all about basically like minimizing space, right?
Absolutely.
How do we minimize the space and pick up those piles of clothes that are in my room? How do I do that?
So we're not going to minimize space, we're going to maximize it.
Okay. How do we do that? What are the top 3 ways to do that?
Okay, so one, we're going to, they have space saver bags that you can use. You just attach the vacuum to it and flatten those things. You can actually stack them. They're waterproof, they're reusable, and you can put them on the bed. And we're also in your closets, you're going to use space that goes up. Sometimes people forget that you can actually go up in the closet and stack things opposed to just going across the floor. We're also going to get rid of old medicines, anything that's expired. You're going to go through your kitchen cabinets as well, but all those COVID tests that we all got from the government, we're going to get rid of. They've expired. We're going to throw those away.
Okay. These are good ones. Okay. So is there anything else we need to know about spring cleaning? Look at these transition photos like that we have. I see you're really an expert on organizing. What is one tip that you can give us about how to get organized in 2023?
I'm going to say, make sure that you just give yourself some grace. This didn't happen overnight, and you just have patience with yourself. And maybe allot yourself maybe an hour at a time, so that way, once you achieve that hour, you feel satisfied. But if you say I'm going to do it all in one day, you're going to get frustrated if you can't.
That's the one thing I do. I get frustrated. Okay, so how do our viewers get more information about you and your company?
They can follow me on Instagram at OMEZ Official, and on Facebook at Organizing Made Easy. Also, my website is Organizing Made Easy. The letters EZ.com.
Easy, and she keeps it easy, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us today, Zandra.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Okay, y'all, we did it. We made it to Friday, and Mother Nature is just as excited as us. A beautiful sunrise this morning. Here's meteorologist Justin Chambers with your best weather in America. Hey, JC.
Gorgeous sunrise in Cleveland. This shot right there, no better way to start off your Friday or your weekend as well. You can see that sun coming up over the water right there, kind of a mix of clouds and sun, making for a very pretty sunrise there in the land, as they call it. We always get great sunrises here and sunsets as well. Now, we are going to see increasing cloud cover for the afternoon today, even though those temperatures are going to still stay well above average for this time of year. We're tracking rain for the weekend. That's going to be our next weather maker. That's going to bring in some wet weather to the very dry conditions that we've had. Your hour-by-hour forecast in the low to mid-80s over the next couple of hours. Typically mid-60s is where we are for this time of year, but well above those numbers. And low to mid-80s will continue across central Maryland for your high temperatures. Little cooler near the water, Annapolis and Stevensville across the Bay Bridge there, but up and down the East Coast, continuing to see these well above average numbers. 85 in Cumberland, 86 in Harrisburg, keeping those 80s around for most of the 95 corridor. Here's our future scan. Friday, 2 o'clock. You can see those clouds starting to roll in. Couple of spotty showers possible, but most of that rain is going to roll in Saturday morning. So we'll wake up a little bit wet for you on your Saturday, and then kind of humid as well Saturday afternoon with those warmer temperatures. We'll see a better chance of those showers and possibly even a thunderstorm developing on Saturday afternoon into the evening time. It all moves out of here. Sunday looks great, dry and warmer, and then Sunday night into Monday, that's going to be another weather maker that's going to roll through along that cold front. It runs into that warmer air, and that gives us the chance for those showers, possibly a thunderstorm as well late late on Sunday night into Monday morning. Cooler temperatures back behind that on Monday afternoon. Here's a look at your 10-day forecast. 84 today. We're back to the mid to upper 70s for the weekend. Right about 70 on Monday, again with some of those clouds left over. And then Tuesday will be the coolest day of the next 10. 64 for your high there. Then those numbers rise back again into the low to mid and even upper 70s by the end of next week.
All right, you may know the anchor, Kai Jackson, but do you know the man? Our colleague Kai is a wonderful journalist here at Fox 45, but as you're about to see, there's more to Kai than meets the eye.
I'm gonna keep it real. This is a very big platform, and we have to be responsible in how we use it. My eureka moment was when a woman named Serbino Sandifer came to my college radio. I knew I wanted to get into television. There was something about her, something about how she described TV. I went to her and asked if it was possible for me to intern with her. That 6-month internship got me my first job out of college. Fun fact about Kai Jackson, I have an honorable discharge from the Army. My degree was going to be teaching English, but my plan was to go into ROTC, and I got out of ROTC because I wanted to pursue a career in television. My father served, my father's father served, and I didn't, so it's a bit of a regret. I've had a number of moments where tears have fallen out of my eyes, again, seeing anybody hurt, whether it's a supermarket shooting in Buffalo or students being slaughtered in Parkland, Florida, or a congregation in Charleston, South Carolina, a city where I lived and worked, and I am personal friends with a pastor who was a good friend of the pastor who was killed in the Charleston shooting. So some of these things affect you and are connected to you directly. It's hard not to take them home, but you often do. I'm not incredibly religious, but I am spiritual. So I believe in God, and I believe in praying, and I meditate. And I also take karate. Karate is a good physical release for me. For viewers, what I find is they absolutely want to know things that aren't right or wrong. Journalism is designed to ferret out things that people generally might try to hide. We shine a light on things that sometimes people don't want a light shined on. That's our job. We can continue to do accountability, transparency, waste watch, and also give people stories that are a little more hopeful because it also reflects their lives around them. But those same people would be honest with you and tell you they also want to know, well, what are you doing to make it better? Or, and this is one I get a lot when I'm out in the community, people have a program or know about something happening to improve someone's life or to improve a problem, and they're hopeful that we can come cover that story. My most fulfilling moment hasn't been getting awards. I thought it was going to be when I got an Emmy, and I got my first Emmy here at Fox 45. It's probably more the news coverage we've done. My job is to kind of be a guide, but get out of the way. I'm not trying to let people know I'm smart, I'm intelligent. People will respect you more for doing your job than for trying to impress them. My other passion outside of television is filmmaking. I have a master's degree in filmmaking, and I'm proud to say that because I worked hard at it. But more than that, I love telling stories cinematically. I'm Kai Jackson, and this is my story.
All right, make sure to watch my amazing mentors, Kai and Mary Bubala, every day here on Fox 45 News, and look for more behind-the-scenes segments in the future on Be More Lifestyle. All right, a dad-to-be is in the hot seat after telling his wife they cannot name their child after her late brother. Coming up, the name the wife wants to use that's creating such a debate and what you're saying about it. All right, trending now, a man is asking if he's in the wrong for telling his wife they can't name their son after her late brother. The man says his wife is pregnant and wants to name the baby after her brother Charles, but the man says he won't stand for it because his last name is Manson, so the child will be named Charles Manson. He's, of course, the famous cult leader and serial killer. Not a good follow-up there. And we wanted you to tell it. Should the husband let his wife name their son Charles Manson? Right now, it looks like most of you are saying no. And it better, 100% better be saying no to this, okay? Well, thank you guys for weighing in on that. That is incredibly crazy.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@foxbaltimore.com.
All right, thank you for inviting me into your home today. Follow us on all of our social media. Till next time, happy Friday. Goodbye. Hey.